Hello, welcome to EZ Eatery. Today we're going to make a beef stew and we're going to put it in our pressure cooker. You guys, this is so easy and delicious and is done in no time. Here's everything that we're going to need. Some stew meat, our pressure cooker of course, salt and pepper, some onions, some celery, some carrots, some potatoes, some flour, some canned beans, some broth, some seasonings. We're going to need some frozen peas and carrots and some tomatoes. And I think that is it, but everything will be listed in the description box along with the recipe. All right, let's start off by seasoning our meat with just some salt and pepper. We just want to make sure that it's covered up on both sides with some salt and pepper. I have my pressure cooker on brown, so I'm just adding some butter and some olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and wait till that melts down and add in my cubed beef. So just going to go ahead and mix that around a little bit there, and we want it to be nice and browned on both sides. Now we want to do this in batches, so I'm going to take these out. This is going to take 3 times for me because this was actually quite a rather large batch of beef for me. But anyway, we're going to take it out and then we're just going to set it aside as soon as it gets all brown. Now the last batch, we're going to go ahead and add our onions in there, and we're just going to make sure that those get all nice and sauteed. After 5 minutes, it's time to start adding in our broth. So I'm using the Better Than Beef bouillon. So it's just 2 cups of water to 2 tablespoons of beef broth, and then add in 1 whole can of the tomatoes that are already chopped up. Add in some parsley, and of course I'm using my favorite all-purpose seasoning, which is Suzy Q. Now we're going to stir that up a little bit and start adding the rest of our beef back in there. Let's mix that all together and go ahead and put our top on there. So, okay, I always struggle with putting the top on. Anyway, let's make sure that it's on the pressure mode. We want to make sure that it's on pressure. So this is a Cook's Essential pressure cooker, and but it's very similar to any other pressure cooker. So you just want to make sure it's there. And we want to turn it onto the high pressure for about 12 minutes. After 12 minutes and we've let it do a slow release for about 5 minutes or so, it's time to add in our potatoes and our carrots and our celery. Let's go ahead and add everything all in together. Let's stir it up really, really well. Pop that top back on. Make sure that the pressure is on again. And we're going to pressurize it again for about 4 minutes. And we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes or so, and this is what it's going to look like as soon as that one is done. Look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's starting to look absolutely delicious, but we're not done yet. We're going to start adding more things to it. I wanted to thicken up a little bit, so I have a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of cold water. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up until it's like a nice smooth little paste. So then I'm going to grab 1 cup of the broth that's already been cooked up in our pressure cooker and start adding that to that nice and slowly until it's all combined. Right, let's put our slurry into that stew and mix it all together. You guys, this is going to thicken up so beautifully. We do want to kind of make sure that we incorporate this very, very well so that it doesn't get all gummy or anything like that. So just kind of mix it all together. Okay, so let's start adding in some beans. I'm using just a half of a can because as you can see, mine is starting to fill up pretty well. I'm going to add in some corn and probably about a good 1.5 cups of corn, and I'm going to add some wine to it. So about 1/2 cup of wine. That's going to give it a deep, nice, rich flavor. And you don't want to put that in there while it is pressurizing. So added in later at this point. And also our peas. I'm using about a half a bag of frozen peas, and let it boil up. You guys, it is done. So I let it boil for about 8 minutes or so, and let's plate it. Look at that, you guys. Doesn't that just look scrumptious? I mean, this is screaming like something to eat on like a cold night. This looks so delicious. This is my most favorite part of doing these recipes with you, is that, the trying out part. I want you to see how tender the carrots are and everything. Look at that, you guys. No effort whatsoever. They're completely cooked all the way through. As you can see, the potatoes are like totally done. Look at there. That beef like came apart, no problem whatsoever. You guys, this is exactly how we want our stew to look. It's cooked to perfection. Go ahead. Let's go take a bite. Oops! I dropped half of it. I don't even care. It was still delicious. Ooh-wee, it's a little bit hot though. Alright, so let's go get a better bite. The one that actually has the beef in the beef stew. Let's grab a little bit of everything this time. So I should have grabbed a bigger spoon. So anyway, there we go, you guys. Look at this one. Ooh wee, look at that. Let's go take a bite of this one. You guys, so good. I'm telling you, it is just delicious. It's nice, and it just screams like comfort food. So anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I am. And I will see you guys in the next one. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe and please give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it would certainly help me out. See you soon. Bye-bye now.